Hey, welcome to our robot series. This is the Intelitek ER4U robot, and this is robot number 4, in which case we are going to start with two cylinders now that are stacked, and then we're going to unstack them. So the trick is here when we're doing the cell setup is that we're able to stack the cubes. We'll stack a red and a blue, not cubes but cylinders. I keep saying cubes. And then we'll unstack them. So it's a matter of looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions we have to teach, and then we'll go to our RoboCell, then add the simulator, and then we'll start from there. So here's robot number 4. Let's go ahead and open up a new folder. Again, remember the factory floor. As I use the roller ball, I move it back and forth. As I push down my right mouse button, I can zoom in and rotate. If you lose the new object folder, it's right here listed. Click on that and it opens back up. Let's put the robot out there. There's only one robot to choose from. No slide base, and when you pick OK, it automatically throws it out there for you. Don't panic that it's out in the middle of space. It's just a cheaper program. Still works. Let's slide a table underneath that. You'll find the table under General. Two things we can do with the table. We can change the tabletop cover. I always suggest that we do lighter colors. Let's do an orange today. And then leave this table size. Don't change the size. Let's put it anywhere on the table then. And then you can use your drag object then to pull it there. I always put it to the back center so that we have all this real estate up front to be able to put our other objects. Today we're going to use a red and a blue cylinder. Let's use under material. Let's grab the cylinder. We have a couple of choices with the cylinders. We can either lay it down horizontally or vertically. We'll leave it vertical. Here's our red, which defaults it. You can change the materials of the object. I typically don't. And then you want to leave this, because this is what it is in real life. Their diameter of 40 millimeters and the height is 40. Leave those. When you pick OK now, be sure that you mount it on the table. And I recommend place it, this one, go right away and place this immediately by double snapping on it. You can get the position, and we're asking you to put that position then at 0, 400. And that'll place it to the right of the robot, because that Y was a positive number. Let's grab the blue one, leave that all the same. Now this is so very important that you zoom in and you place the arrow right on top, and then you click OK. That way you can stack it. Once you place it on the table, you cannot pick it up again to place it onto the cube. You must put it on the cube right away, and it's going to be very close to the position that you want. 0 and 400. And that gets us ready to begin the first exercise. So that's all we need to do with this one. This concludes our cell setup for robot number 4. I recommend then that you save it to the desktop, save as. That allows us to have easy access. Robot number 4. And then hit save. Also a good idea to leave your cell setup open in case there is a mistake that we have to go back and look at it again. So you can open up the RoboCell immediately, and then import that file. So we want to start a new program, so File New. Couple things you have to do here though before you get started. Remember that we are professionals and pick the Pro. By picking Pro, that allows us to access of more options in our workspace, as well as it allows us to open up the teaching position so it can be expanded. One of the first things that I recommend is getting ourselves into the home position. Let's get our robot simulator in here so that we can see it work. Let's import the 3D image, go to the desktop, and at the bottom of the list you'll have number 4. Let's grab that number 4. I always like to place it on this side because I don't spend, in these earlier exercises, I don't spend a lot of time in the program flow area, so I can get that to do what it needs to. Now I can see once I create my home position, our home position is position 99. And again, each exercise I hand you, you should remember, and position 99 is listed at the bottom of the page where we have our robot programming handout. X is 130, Y is 0, Z is 330, our pitch is -90, and the roll is 0. Hit the teach button. Go up to our program, add position 99, and open the grip right away. Blue line at the top, let's run a single cycle. And you should see the robot move in our simulator and open up the grip. Again, let's just go back over some things. In the toolbar, you have single line, single cycle, and continuous that you could get the robot to move. In the run menu, you have those same single line, single cycle, continuous, and the third way to get it is with the F keys, F6, 7, and 8, and our stop button is F9, or you can hit the big red stop button right there up in the corner. The other way to do that. All right, so let's get down here and now teach positions. So in the diagram that I provided you, we have position 6 and 7 listed over here where the robot has its cubes. The red, I keep saying cubes, the cylinder, the red cylinder is position number 7. So let's record that then. So add 7, and it is at 0. Y is 400. Z is 17.5. And the roll and the pitch will remain the same throughout the entire exercise. So hit teach. Position 6 is the blue cube, according to the diagram. So position 6 is all of the same numbers, except then that, remember that each one of these parts is 40 millimeters in size, so add 40 millimeters to the 17.5 and you end up with 57.5, and then hit teach. So on the diagram and on our listing, we have 6 and 7 listed. So let's go ahead and do the rest. So we're going to move these. So as we unstack here, we're going to call that one up at the top position 16. And that has all the same numbers as our stack right now, except for, let's go back to that Z200, which is 200 millimeters off the table. We're saying that that's high enough to be associated with it. So our blue cube is associated with position 2 and 12. So let's put those numbers in here. Position 2 is 300, negative 150, and looks like it's at the table, so it's a 17.5. Remaining pitch and roll, hit, teach. Position 12 is immediately above that. The only thing that needs to change is the 200. Teach. All right, so let's do the red cube. The red cube is going to be moved to position 11. $250. Negative 50. And this is above the table. Kind of staying with some of the standard coordinates that we put in before, with position 1 and 11 and position 2 and 12 being associated. So let's do position 1. 250, negative 50, 17.5, and teach. Okay. So we've them all listed. So let's just add them to the program, and let's move these cylinders. So the blue one is to move first, because it's the one at the top. Our gripper is already open. So let's go get the blue cube and let's move it. So the blue, over the blue is position 12. So let's get number 12 according to our diagram. Let's see if that works. So a single line. Whoa, that's not where it is. I bet you I forgot to put the negative, so here's a good chance. Let's go ahead and look at position 12 and see what we did. 12. Let's get the numbers. So it's position 6 where we want it to go. So 6 and 16 are associated with each other. So 12 is not where we want to go right now. So we can just double snap on that, and we can easily change those numbers. So that's not where we want to be. We want to be to 16. So it's no reason to erase this. You could just go ahead and put, now it'll switch itself to 16. Now let's see if that works. So single line, let's see where it goes down. Well, look at that. It went where we wanted to go. Now we could have just cut it. If you select that line and then you right click on it, you get a number of lines that you can use. You can find, add a remark. These are quick commands. If you select cut, it'll erase that. So there was no reason to cut it. If I just double click on it, then I get the series of numbers that I can just change and then add, re-add the number, and then it automatically switches. So if you want to take it out, right click on it and cut. You can also put the blue line on there and hit the delete button. It'll do the same thing. So now let's go get the blue cube, and that was position 6. I usually just use the go linear. So position 6 then, she was a single line, and that was over the top. Remember, if you don't close the grip, that cube's not going anywhere. And again, as I said before, we always want to go straight up and down. So let's add our position 16. Let's do that single line up and over. All right, so look at the diagram. It's saying that the blue cube is going to position 12 and then 2. So let's add 12. 12 puts it above the table. Position 2 puts it at the table. Let's do those two. Let's run single cycle now. Well, there it is. Sweet. All right, we got to leave it there. We can't leave it there if we don't open the grip. Open the grip. Now, if we try to take off it right now and grab the red cube, we'll bang into the blue one. So we want to get back up over the top. So over the top of that one was our position 12. So let's back it out. Get back to 12. Run a single line. Yep. Oh, that's a beauty. Now let's go get the red cube. So to get over the top, we said that we want to move to 16, gets us over the top of that stack. Let's see if that work. One at a time, that should get over the red cube. Our red cube is position number 7. Let's add 7 to the list. Always go linear. If you use any other choices, then the robot will try to take its own pathway there, which is not always maybe such a good idea. The robot is definitely not as smart as you are. All right, close the grip. We're not going anywhere if you don't close the grip. And now we can take it to the new position. Again, safety first, always try to go in and out of the cell, straight up and down. Gives you a lot more accuracy too, because you're really only changing one number, and that would be the Z position. Now the blue one, nope, red. 11 and 1. So let's go to 11, to the 1. Let's watch that happen. 11 and 1. That should be 250, negative 50. There you have it. Make sure we leave it there. We want to open the grip. Let's watch that happen. Single line. Oop, what did I do? I put close grip. All right, right click and cut. There we go, open grip. Yeah, it looks better. Safety first, in and out of the cell. Let's go back to position 11. See that move up? And then we can go home. Our home position is number 99. I always recommend that we go back to this position. Just good housekeeping. And if you're using the real robot, allows me to put the bag on it and then just close the grip. So let's go back to the single cycle, get it to that position. Boom. All right, let's put the blue line at the top. Now remember, when we look at the 3D image, in the upper left-hand corner is the button to reset the cell, gets us back to the beginning, and this will allow us then to move it from the beginning, resets it. So let's watch it run all the way through. Let's do a single cycle. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's robot number 4. To finish this off, to get credit for your work, be sure under program flow, you go RE for remark. Make sure you put your name. Add that to the list. Remember that remark does not interfere with the operation of the robot, but it does give you credit so that you have your name written right into the program. It keeps the evildoers from printing your program and signing their name and trying to turn in your work. Put the blue line at the top, go to File, and you notice then that with that at the top, you will have the option now of printing the program and then sending it to the printer wherever you're at. Hopefully this is the one in my room or in wherever you're at as you're working on it, and then hit the OK button, and then it'll print up only the program itself. So pick OK, and it'll send it off to the printer. Well, that concludes robot number 4. Thanks for coming. We are now going to proceed to robot number 5.